वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिंधुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम् ओम. Let's all chant. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Dimyaistavaihi Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidussura suraganaha Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha Om Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane namaha Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Tritiyodhyayaha Karma Yogaha Om Narayanah Parom Vyaktat Handamam Vyakta Sambhavam Andasyantaspi me lokaha saptadvipa cha medini. All of you, camera on, please. GNVR, Prabhatam, tell your colleagues, please, to switch on camera. Okay, thank you. Hari Om. So, today you can put the meeting note, the discussion points, please put it in the chat box. Let's all chant shloka number 8. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam Karmajyakyohya Karmanaha Sharirayatra Pichate Na Prasiddheda Karmanaha. Together, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Niyatam Kuru Karmatvam Karmajyakyohya Karmanaha Sharirayatra Pichate Na Prasiddheda Karmanaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam to the next session of the Gita 2022 program, where we are discussing Karma Yoga. And what is the context? What is the Bija Shloka, or the fundamental shloka that is defining the third chapter? Should all know by now. You all forget, no? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Vidha Nishtha Pura Prokta Mayanagha Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. Yes or no? Clear, no? That is a defining shloka for the third chapter. What is the defining shloka for second chapter in entire Bhagavad Gita? Ashocyananva shochastam Rigyavadamsha bhashase gata sunagata sumscha Hanushochanti panditaha. So you should all know every chapter, the way it's developed beautifully. There is a fundamental shloka and then expansion. Atmanathan Supravatam Purinjada. Like in life, there is only one fundamental source for all problems and miseries. Everything you go to the root cause, fundamental, and attack that problem, then you will be able to solve all the problems. We are only fighting different things, unfortunately. Okay, now, in this particular shloka, Bhagavan has used two terms. One term is called yoga, another is called nishtha. Lokesmin vidha nishtha. Underline that. Pura prokta mayanagha jnana yogena sankhyanam jnana yogena karma yogena. That yoga that is connected with jnana and karma should be circled. Yoginam finally refers to a particular way of life. So please understand that yoginam is different. iPad, please follow lessons. Wait. No jumping. Okay, please wait. There's something I want to explain. So you all need to wait. All this will not get anywhere in the world. No book, no internet, no video, nothing you'll get, no YouTube. So please follow with rapt attention. So two terms Bhagavan has used. One is called as yoga, another is called as nishtha. And we need to understand this properly from the concept of Dharma Shastra also. Also what we are doing in life. Without even knowing, without even expecting, without even wanting, we are born. Keep on running around, do something. We don't know why we are doing what we are doing. And we don't know what we are supposed to do in what stage of life. We keep on doing something. Finally, we kick the bucket and go. Nagaraj sir, correct? Supramatam, correct? We even don't know why we are doing what we are doing. So today I'm going to spend 15 minutes to make you all understand what is the beautiful design of Sanatana Dharma and how that aspect is taken by Bhagavan and elaborated in the 3rd chapter. So as I told you, observe the two words. One is called as sadhana, that is yoga, another is called as nishtha. Yoga refers to sadhana. Write down. Yoga means sadhana. GNVR என்ன சொல்றோம் end of every chapter Bhagavad Gita iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So you're chanting expert, you should be able to say, type பண்ணுங்க. iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishatso Brahmavidya Yoga Shastre. What is the Yoga Shastre there? Yoga Shastramna is Bhagavan teaching you Patanjali Yoga Shastra. Nobody even investigates. What is that yoga in Yoga Shastre? Yoga is sadhana. Write down. Yoga that you say at the end of every chapter is a sadhana. And what does sadhana popularly mean? Sadhana means a particular goal that you want to achieve, sadhyam, through a particular set of practices. You understand? Particular set of practices you use to achieve a particular, you have to achieve a goal, you have to do something, right? What are the steps you need to do to achieve a particular goal? Okay. Then another term Bhagavan has used is called nishtha. Nishtha refers to lifestyle. Discipline you need to follow in a particular goal-oriented part of life. Are you understanding? There's something called as what you want to achieve. Sadhyam through sadhyam means what is the goal. Sadhana means what are the means. Sadhana means that is called yoga. Write down. Sadhana means yoga. To achieve a sadhyam means a particular goal. And nishtha means the disciplines you need to follow, which more or less should be aligned with your sadhana. Please understand. I'll explain slight difference between sadhana and nishtha. Yoga and nishtha at a very high level look similar, but they are slightly different. Now, that's something you keep in mind when I explain this. Now, what are the two yogas Bhagavan has told? Now it's all in your familiar terrain. What are the two yogas Bhagavan has told? Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. Yes or no? So Jnana Yoga is a sadhana, Karma Yoga is a sadhana. I'll be accelerating. If I accelerate, you will not keep pace. Bhanumati madam, wonderful 4-minute clip you sent of Parma Puja Abhimana Vidyar Swamigal. Madam sent one wonderful clip, Essence of Vedanta, 4-minute clip. Very nice. Okay. Now, see, sadhana is, yoga means sadhana, and sadhana has got a sadhyam means a particular goal to achieve. So, karma yoga is a means to achieve a particular goal. Write down. All this you write down. Mamta Patil Suprabhatam. Jnana yoga is a sadhana or a means to achieve a particular goal. Clear? Murali? Clear? Eh? What is the goal of Karma Yoga? Write down. The goal of Karma Yoga is Chitta Shuddhi. Purity of mind, calmness of mind, which will prepare you for Jnana Yoga. Means, what is the goal of Jnana Yoga? Goal of Jnana Yoga is Jnanam or Moksham or eternal happiness. And the sadhana there is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. You're understanding? Are you getting what I'm saying? So Jnana Yoga is a sadhana of what? Contemplation, studying the scripture, sitting down in one place with rapt attention with the Guru, as per Sampradaya. Don't follow somebody who's got a dadi and saying something that is not Sampradaya. Please understand. Okay, I will tell you all those things. So, sadhana and sadhya are the defining terms for yoga. Clear? Ravi Potajan, you understand? No? Next. The term Nishtha means discipline or lifestyle. Nishtha means what? Discipline or lifestyle. Can you write down the chat box that I know you're understanding? Nishtha means discipline, lifestyle. So popularly in our Dharma Shastram, in Sanatana Dharma, four types of lifestyles are explained very well. And they are called as Ashrama from Dharma Shastra standpoint. Because popularly you all know Ashrama. Ashrama, Ashrama multiple meaning. Ashrama is a place where you go for training. You go to our Swamiji's ashram, you'll get trained on Vedanta. You go to Veda Gurukula Ashrama, you'll get trained in Veda Mantras. Are you getting the point? So, somebody said, Sir, Swamiji told Dayananda Swami, Swamiji, you have become sannyasi and you got so many ashramas, so you should be very, very happy and peaceful. That's what somebody told Swami Dayananda. Rutvij, nah. What Swamiji told was that, Arey bhai, you see, you all think that running ashrama is easy. It is the most difficult thing. And he used very well the epithet. Shramam means something that you have to undergo with difficulty. Shramam, you are shramam, no. Shramam means with some difficulty. That is lifestyle, discipline. That's why difficulty. You have to undergo shramam in a particular ashrama to achieve a particular goal. Where ashrama and the Nishtha and yoga are connected. Normally it is not connected. That's why we are having a very, very problematic life. All that I have to explain in more detail. I don't have time. But anyway, you have to contemplate on what I'm saying. So Swamiji said, you are all thinking, that Shrama is gone, and use Telugu. Ashramam poindi, Ishramam poindi, Ashramam vachindi. That means what? I have lost other problems of other ashrama, like Grihastha Ashrama or Vanaprastha Ashrama, Brahmacharya Ashrama, but ashrama itself is the problem. Now I have to run. Jokingly he told, no problem for great Swamiji. But what I am trying to say is, ashrama means asamantat shramati. You go through a discipline, a nishtha. So are you able to connect now? Ashrama with nishtha, can you connect now? So what are the four popular ashrama or the stages of life or discipline of life our Sanatana Dharma is saying? Brahmacharya ashrama, Grihastha ashrama, Vanaprastha ashrama, sannyasa ashrama. Have you heard these terms or not? Vijay Sitaraman. Now you have to connect. Bhagavan's intent is to explain all those things. He doesn't have time. So people like us have to expand what is in Bhagavan's heart. That's why I'm telling you all these things. Clear, no? So in each of the stages, there is a goal. In Brahmacharya Ashrama, you go to a teacher, and this is for both Stri and Purusha. Don't think Brahmachari is only having Purusha. Even for Stri is Brahmacharya Ashrama. Brahmacharya Ashrama is predominantly learning oriented. Go to a guru, learn what you need to learn. And that will teach you what all as a typical lifestyle, what all the karmas that you need to do, and how do you prepare for the next stage of Grihastha Ashrama. So what does Veda? Typically you go to a Vedic institution or in your own, the Sris are there at home. They have to learn what all the activities, karma, guna, bhavana, write down. Karma, guna, bhavana is taught in Brahmacharya Ashrama, so that you can apply it properly in Grihastha Ashrama. Mukund Ranganathan. Rangan Mukund. Clear, na? See how nice it is. Your university is nothing in front of a Sanatana Dharma. So, Brahmacharya ashrama teaches you everything you need to know to live a life happily, successfully, peacefully, without confusion in grihastha ashrama. If you're having problems, mental challenges in grihastha ashrama, what does it mean? You got the answer. What does it mean? Atmanathan. What does it mean? Arey, bhai, you should answer. Bhai. You're all grihasthas. Answer, no? If no proper training, correct. Correct. Be frank. In Vedanta, in spiritual, unless you're frank, accept things. You're not poor student. There are no poor teachers also. Problem is there are no proper teachers today also. We all got wrong teachers. People who teach wrong things. People go behind wrong things. That is another problem. So please understand, Brahmacharya ashrama prepares you for grihastha ashrama, karma, guna, bhavana. You enter, you should smoothly sail through life. Please understand, life should not be a struggle. As you age and mature, right from childhood, you go through youth, then you go through middle age, then you go through slightly old age, then old age finally, and you kick the bucket one day. It should be a very smooth sailing. That is how our Sanatana Dharma is beautifully designed. So, Brahmacharya ashrama places you for grihastha ashrama. And after grihastha ashrama, go through all the trials, tribulations. You have to get your son married, daughter married, all those things, all that you do. Currently, don't keep your hand on the cheek. Okay. So, what happens? It says you go and prepare yourself for the final ashrama. So, after grihastha ashrama, where you put in practice all that you learned during brahmacharya ashrama, lead a proper life, proper family life with children, with wife, take care of parents, everything. You then go to the next stage called Vanaprastha Ashrama, which prepares you for sannyasa ashrama. Are you understanding what I'm saying? When you go to Vanaprastha Ashrama, Bhanumati madam, you have to give up all your responsibilities, including control of your possession, everything, and give it to next generation. That's classical lifestyle. Today, we don't know next generation is going to live with you or not. We know that. Next generation, next generation, some other part of the country. Maybe in another 100 days, they'll be in some other planet also, when they start living in some other planet. So, we cannot apply all, but this is a classical lifestyle. So, what my Swamiji used to jokingly say, don't come to the stage, beginning of Vanaprastha Ashrama, end of Grihastha Ashrama. Ramesh Venkatesan. Aviyai vittalum shaviyai viden. In Tamil, it means I may even give up my life, but I will not give up the key. Key means the control. Everything that should happen in the family from morning to night. Sundar Mama. Control. Control uttada, you can control yourself. By controlling others, you are becoming uncontrollable. Please understand. Vijayendra sir, that stage is when you give up. No physical, mental, and go into slightly not laid back. There is no laid back life at all. Ashrama means there should be some sadhana should be there continuously. You are working towards some goal where you do all the karmas more mentally. Please understand, in Vanaprastha Ashrama, the karmas are mental, more upasana oriented. All the major karmas that are doing physically, homas can be done upasana in what? Vanaprastha Ashrama. When the mind becomes mature, Vanaprastha Ashrama, one takes sannyasa, where everything, all karmas are given up. Na karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amrutatvama nashuhu. And then sannyasa ashrama, then sannyasya shravanam kuryat. Write down. Take sannyasa ashrama, sit down and study the shastras. Shravana, manana, nididhyasana, sakshatkara, Vedanta shastras, independent happiness. Go and refer to the website. All those scriptures you study. Sir, why should I study, sir? You study to get jnanam. Why should I get jnanam? Jnana devatu kaivalyam. Please understand, without jnanam, kaivalyam, moksham, amrutatvam, eternal happiness, impossible. You can stand upside down, you can go grow a beard, you can do yoga. That is nothing can give you liberation without jnanam. Please understand that. Clear? Are you clear between sadhana, sadhyam, yoga, and nishta, which is a discipline? So now, Bhagavan doesn't want to waste time on the 4 ashramas. He is actually excluding the preparatory ashramas of Brahmacharya and Vanaprastha and focusing on what? Grihastha ashrama and sannyasa ashrama. See, let us not deviate from the topic. Let us stick to the topic, Vidya madam, please. Okay? I don't want any. It's a very serious subject. All comments, suggestions, extra can put at the end of the class. Thank you. Okay? So, if any comment you put, I'm looking at it, and I will get deviated, and the class will not go properly. If you want to say something, say in alignment with what I'm asking you to do. Please. Thank you. So, Bhagavan is taking 2 ashramas. What are the 2 ashramas? He's taking the main ashramas. Brahmacharya ashrama and Vanaprastha ashrama are called preparatory ashramas for the next stage. And technically, they are not even called ashramas when you come to the highest. Pandita will not even consider Brahmachari's ashrama. Normal Brahmachari. Because, you know why? In Brahmacharya ashrama, what happens? Brahmachari means what? Brahmachari. Brahma here means Vedam. Chari means who follows the path, learning. When you're learning, what happens, Sundar Mama? You're very confused. Correct? You don't know what is right, what is wrong. You know whether to grow the hair like this or grow the hair like this or grow the hair like this, right? One day they'll be like this, another they'll be like this. Confused people. So to make them proper, the Brahmacharya ashrama is there. So that is not being taken up for consideration, Bhagavan. He is focusing on Grihastha ashrama and Sannyasa ashrama and saying to Arjuna, right from time immemorial, we have defined these 2 lifestyles. One is the path of Grihastha ashrama, Nishta. And other is the path of contemplation, Sankhya Yogena Yoginam. Jnana Yogena Sankhyanam. See, Jnana Yoga. One wants to go to Jnana Yoga. One wants to go to contemplative lifestyle, Sankhyanam, Jnana Yoga. Understood? No. Now, next question is, sir, is there a choice on which yoga I should choose? Correct? Eh? Is there a choice on the yoga or the sadhana? By now, it should be very clear. What is the answer? Have you got a choice of karma yoga or jnana yoga? Somu sir? Correct. No. What does the Shastra say? Now go back to a classical definition. Without karma yoga, jnana yoga is impossible. No, follow the classical definition. Without jnana yoga, karma yoga is incomplete. Now you apply. Very good, Raj. Now Rajan says perfect answer. Both are necessary. Very good. But both are necessary in a step-by-step fashion. One cannot skip karma yoga and land in jnana yoga and say, I'll get jnanam. Impossible. Can seemingly sit in Vedanta class, which you have been doing now. You're not grasping all the truth and you're not become Aham Brahmasmi because karma yoga still is there to be done. You should parallelly do. Are you clear now? So far you're clear. So karma yoga is a necessary step for jnana yoga. So without getting matured through karma yoga, one cannot jump to jnana yoga and try to get jnanam. So far are you clear? First point. Second point. Very important. The progression from brahmachari to grihastha to vanaprastha to sannyasa, which if you should distill down, it is but from grihastha to sannyasa is a one-way traffic. You've seen one-way traffic, no? Where you cannot come back. Especially when you join the highway from a side lane in the US, you know very clearly. If by chance you entered a wrong lane, you cannot go reverse there. Everybody will be in trouble. Yes or no? Yes or no? Correct? A beautiful thing. Lot of things to learn from the US highways. Correct? In India, you can do adjust madi. They will turn around. They'll come opposite to you in the same lane. In US, you cannot do that. Correct? No? So, there is no returning back in the ashrama part. So, once you are a grihastha and you take to sannyasa, you cannot come back and say, I didn't enjoy enough of grihastha ashrama. I got lot of kama. Come in the desires to fulfill position, money, everything, no, all those company I need. So I will go back to grihastha ashrama. You cannot do that. About this, Sringeri Mahasanam spoken extensively, beautifully in one of the lectures. It is a one-way path. Please understand. So Bhagavan is indirectly warning Arjuna, if you want to say that I'll take sannyasa, run away from the battlefield. If you want to use sannyasa to run away from battlefield, tomorrow and everything is nice. Don't say I'll come back to grihastha ashrama and enjoy because he's married 5 or 6, ladies. Yes or no, Arjuna? How many ladies is married? No, Somu, correct? Somuji has gone and married many people or not? They will come and say, why you going to come back? And Arjuna cannot come back here. Shastra Nishiddham, Ramesh Venkateshan. Nagraj, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕನ್ನಡದ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡಿತ್ತು ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ, ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಅರ್ಜುನ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡಿತ್ತು, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆಯಾ? There is a song like that. That means what? Once you go from grihastha to sannyasa, you cannot come back. So Bhagavan is clearly telling, go systematically from grihastha ashrama to sannyasa ashrama. And grihastha ashrama means discipline, nishtha. And what is the goal of grihastha ashrama? Do karma and karma yoga properly and prepare yourself for jnana yoga, which means go to vanaprastha and sannyasa. In Kali Yugam, in the present day lifestyle, it is extremely difficult for us to take to sannyasam. Yes or no? Nah. Rajendra sir, பெரியவாகிட்ட போய் பேசினாக்க சன்னியாசம் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு முதல்ல என்ன பண்ண தெரியுமா? சரியான ஒரு குக் கிடைக்கணும். என்னோட ப்ராப்பர் குக். Because if you are a sannyasi, you are not supposed to cook. Please understand. You should not touch Agni. You have given up Agni. Both Agni Karma, Agni Karyam, Agni ellaam uttam. Brahmachari na you can cook. But sannyasi cannot cook. So Mahapariva சொல்லுவா, சன்னியாசிக்கும் பிரம்மச்சாரிக்கும் ஒரே ரூல் தான். On all aspects. Only thing is brahmachari can do swayam pakam, but sannyasi cannot do that. So in today's world, very difficult. So Bhagavan knew the difficulty of Kali Yugam. So end of Dwapara Yugam, before Kali Yugam, Bhagavan has come and taught us a wonderful lifestyle. See, if you don't get jnanam, you will not get moksha. Please understand. Whether you are brahmachari or grihastha or vanaprastha or sannyasi, also an ashrama doesn't guarantee you moksham or liberation or eternal happiness. What is only factor, determining factor for moksham or liberation or eternal happiness? You know the answer. What is the determining factor? Jnanam, jnanam, jnanam. Very good. So, whether you are in brahmacharya ashramam or grihastha ashramam or vanaprastha ashramam, sannyasa ashramam, if you don't get jnanam, there is no moksham. Atmanathan, we don't know what is happening in the world. Just because somebody is wearing some dress doesn't mean the person is jnani. புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. இங்க சுவாமி சொல்லுவாரு, ஞானிக்கு ஞானம் இருக்கான்னு பாருன்னுவார். அவர் தாடி வச்சுருக்காரா, மீசை வச்சுருக்காரா, கண்ணாடி போட்டுருக்காரான்னு பார்க்கலாம். வாட் இஸ் ஈட்டிங் சொல்ல பார்க்கக்கூடாது. ஞானம் இருக்கா? ஞானம்னா என்ன? வேதாந்த ஞானம், நாட் some other ஞானம். But that is simply no manufacture something, engineer something. That is not ஞானம். That is ajnanam. Okay, so one needs to have vedanta ஞானம் to get moksham. So one can strive for jnanam in any ashramam. Now come to the point now. One can strive for jnanam in any ashramam. So though grihastha karma yogena yoginam is predominantly karma oriented, action oriented. If you can spend quality time like we are doing every week, 4 hours, 5 hours, you can spend quality time on Vedanta Shastra, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, you can also get jnanam and moksham being a grihastha. So you can be a grihastha jnani. You can be a sannyasi jnani. You can be brahmachari jnani. You can be vanaprastha jnani. Are understanding? Hope some clarity is coming. Why we are living, what we are living for, what we are doing, what we are not doing, what we should do. You are getting some clarity. Your everyday life has to move towards jnanam. It should be one small step towards jnanam. Nangan Mukund Purnida, whether working in Microsoft or working anywhere or going around any airport, how does all those add up to finally jnanam is what we have to start thinking. If we don't use this opportunity to get jnanam, this life is failure. Ihached avedhi tatasatyam asti nachediha vedi mahati vinashtihi. Biggest loss is not getting jnanam in this life and getting moksha. Please understand. No guarantee in future life. So far, are we clear? This is Shastram. It will be always tough. Nalla medicine is konjam kasakkum. Ravi Puttajun, correct? Only, faltu medicine will be sweet. So Shastras always tell the right things. It is slightly difficult. So you understand now. So one has to go. That is why ashrama, you have to go through that. And finally, very important point. In every ashrama, what is that which is being goal-oriented? What is that you are training? Our Shastras are training our mind. Please understand. In Brahmacharya Ashrama, the mind is being trained to live a peaceful Grihastha-ashrama. Grihastha-ashrama, you are being trained to get maturity. Enough problems are there or not in Grihastha-ashrama? Lata madam solunga. Problem illa. Grihastha-ashrama is very nice. Dhanyo Grihastha-ashrama. Very nice, right? Very easy, happy life. They happily lived ever after. We all studied the story, right? Very happy, right? So, to face all the challenges gets you maturity. So, then will you understand. Mamta Patil, samsare kimsaram. Rasamiti bhavaya samsaram. I thought a lot of rasam is there in samsaram. Then you get samsare kimsaram. The minsaram. Happily you should live, and then what? Prepare yourself for the next stage called Grihastha-ashrama. Sorry, Vanaprastha-ashrama, and then slowly give up control and then go to. No, if you're destined to get sannyasa ashrama, fine. If you don't get it, it's not a problem. Please understand. The lifestyle, now important point. Now write down the key points. Lifestyle is not important, but the goal, the sadhana is important. What? You can be a sannyasi, you may not be a sannyasi, but jnanam is central. You can be brahmachari also, you can get jnanam. So Bhagavan is going to expand all these concepts later in the third chapter. I'm giving the fundamental foundation of the other aspects of third chapter. Are you getting the point? Clear so far? So, don't forget, Lokes, Vimdhivida, Nishtha, Pura, Pro. Nishtha means what? Nishtha means discipline. Nishtha means lifestyle. And what is yoga? Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Yoga means what? Sadhana sadhyam. Sadhana. That means what? You do a sadhana. That means what? Sadhyam of karma yoga is what? Now I fill in the blanks. The sadhyam. Sadhyam means the goal. Sadhana means the means. Means and the end. Correct. Arvind, very good. If you have lived a very good lifestyle of karma yoga, you can get what? Chitta Shuddhi. Very good. If you live a life properly of Jnana Yoga, you will get what? Jnanam. Clear? So, that is the progression. And please understand that in very, very important last point. All this be summarized wonderful story actually. What I mean story. If you go to you have to take, even if you take to sannyasa ashrama, there is no guarantee you will get moksha. Subbaraman sir, Bhagavan solrar. You can go to sannyasa ashrama and also still be practicing karma yoga. Are you getting my point? Though predominantly sannyasa ashrama is meant for jnanam, if the mind is not mature to sit and study the shastras, in ashrama, when a guru is there, lot of disciples will come to the teacher. Sugandhi madam, correct? Everybody cannot sit and study. So somebody will be given a responsibility. So you do all this, take care of the kitchen. You take care of all the external communication. I'll observe whether the person is matured or not. Everybody will come and attend lessons, but they will not be able to contemplate and get jnanam. So even in sannyasa ashramam also, what? You can be practicing to get chitta shuddhi, which is karma yoga. Naveen Balot, you're understanding, no? You're back in US or still somewhere in India? Okay. That means what? Lastly, I'll leave you with something very technical. Venkat Sitaraman. Sannyasa is of two types. Write down. So I'm giving you all the inputs. Sannyasam is of two types. One is called Vividisha sannyasam. That means what? Vetum ichhat means I need to understand the shastra, so I am taking sannyasa. Seturaman sir, punjida. Karma yoga panni, shastram badichi, anga poi nalla karma yoga panni, jnanam barathukku vividisha sannyasam nu peru. Punjida. Second sannyasam is called Vidvat sannyasam, where I got jnanam. I am taking it just for a lifestyle. Like Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya was an example of Vidvat sannyasam. He knew everything about jnanam. One day when we study Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, they'll take all these things. Wonderful scriptures. Okay. Got the point? So, what is the net of the whole story? Ashrama or Nishtha is for maturity of mind. In that, if you can add study of Shastras, you can get Jnanam. Lifestyle need not be an impediment for getting Jnanam. The key takeaway, Vinodji, the key takeaway Bhagavan wants to convey is lifestyle need not be an impediment for getting Jnanam, provided you are dedicated to study of Shastra. That is very important. You cannot say Shastra mein padhika maata. Aruna madam, going to temple, doing puja, arati is fine. That is only elementary class. Unless you sit down and study Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Shastram, there is no release from Samsara Chakram. Please understand. They keep reiterating, attending Gita class, attending live class is extremely important if you want to move towards the highest goal. Otherwise, you will still be in elementary class. Like all, you prepare yourself, middle class, high school, college, you are preparing for the higher degree, right? Like this, they're all, karma yoga, karma is all preparatory steps. If you want to be doing it only for the entire life, good luck to you. Suppose it also depends on maturity of mind. Everybody is not ready, but you have to keep on trying, no? Somewhere you have to try. So that's why weekend is still on the Malati madam. 10 மணி நேரம் உட்கார்ந்து படிக்கணும் நைட்ல. அதான் டைம் என்ன பண்றது? You have to match all the global timelines, no time zones. Okay, now. So are you clear now? So Bhagavan is clearly saying one cannot skip karma yoga, land in jnana yoga, and one cannot skip karma and sit in one place and contemplate because of our nature. So Bhagavan said in the previous sloka, instead of trying to skip karma and sit down and trying to be a mithyacharasa uchyate, being a hypocrite, take to karma and practice karma yoga first. Say Shadi sir, Shubhasam, clear no so far? Huh? So what is now the last question? What is the proof that I done karma yoga properly or not? Vijayendra sir. Sir, I have finished, for example, what is the proof that I finished my 10th grade when I get a certificate, SSL certificate, correct? So what is the proof that I finished my 12th grade? I get my PUC, my 100 marks in mathematics, go to engineering college, correct or not? Yes or no? Yeah, Atman is correct. If you can incessantly, like there's incessant rain in Bangalore, a lot of people ask me, how is the situation around your house, sir? How much of rain is there? Now, will class happen or not? This is the class I cut pantaka. Guru has cut the class, so I will not attend class and escape. Bhagavan is not allowing that to happen. Luckily, around our house, everything is fine. So, internet is available. We are conducting the class. Okay. So, consistency. Correct. Consistency is important. It's not coming one day. Fly by night operator. In fact, any margam. That consistency is important. So, Bhagavan is saying that simply sitting in one place is not going to help. So, that was the summary of sloka number 7. Sloka number 8, Bhagavan. Now, sloka number 8. Bhagavan told that, therefore, perform. Is sloka number 8, you have finished the Padavibhaga Anvaya or not? Not yet. Have you chanted once? Have I taught you? Have I taught you the sloka? Yes. Okay, let's all chant together now. Sloka number 8. Sri Bhagavanu vacha niyatam kuru karmatvam karmanjakyohya karmanaha sharira yatra pichate na prasidhyeda karmanaha. Now you have to connect the beginning of karma yoga. What are the different attitudes that you can have for karma yoga? What is karma yoga's classical definition? Aarti madam, cholungo. Right chat box. Right action plus right attitude. Various ways to understand. Mamta Patil understanding? No. So Bhagavan is going to tell what are the different attitude that you can take for doing the right action. And where do you go and learn the right action? In Brahmacharya Ashrama, and if you have forgotten that, you go and study in Vyasta Ashrama, yes or no? Go and study. Go and study with the teacher, with Guru. Refer and ask what all to do. Clear, huh? So now in Shloka, and what are the connection to the second chapter? In second chapter, Shloka number 40. What? Bhagavan told Neha Vikramana Shosti Pratyavayo na Vidyate Swalpam Apyasya Dharmasya Trajate Mahato Bhayat. Then Shloka number, I think 47 or something. Karmanyeva Adhikaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Ma Karma Palaheturbhu Mate Sangosta Karmani. All you are clear? No? 240, 247, 248. put all the shloka here. Those are being expanded now in detail in this portion of Karma Yoga. So what is the first attitude Bhagavan is saying? In this, the word niyatam, write down. Niyatam to be underlined in shloka number 8. Niyatam. So I'll first explain the meaning of the shloka, then you understand what is that we are trying to know from this shloka. Bhagavan is saying here, is comparing the previous shloka where he said that one who goes into Karma Yoga and performs action without simply sitting and being a hypocrite always excels. Clear? What did Bhagavan say? Instead of trying to suddenly take to, I'm going to contemplate sitting idle in one place as a idle fellow, no? Instead of that, we'll be always reveling in sense organs. It's better to be action oriented and practice Karma Yoga. What did Bhagavan say? Karma Yogam Karmendriyahi. Who pursues Karma Yoga with the organs of action. What is Karma Yoga? Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Nistre Gunyo Bhavajana. All those things should connect. Karma Yoga principles. Clear? Now Bhagavan is expanding and saying, why and how should I get the mental attitude to do Karma Yoga? Because you put a question, right? Why should you do Karma Yoga? I can do only Karma and go for getting the results, right? I'm working, I need money. Why should I be a contributor? No, Bhalachandran Iyer. Why should I contribute? Why cannot be only a consumer? These questions keep coming, right? So Bhagavan is saying that niyatam. Niyatam means that which is obligated upon you. Niyatam means obligatory. Obligatory means what, Kala Babu? You are obliged to do something. Sir, obligation, sir. You say, no? In Lakshman Narasimhan, correct? I'm obliged. That means what? When you become obliged somebody, Rangan Mukund, சொல்லுங்கப்பா, basic common sense, அது சாஸ்திரம் கிடையாது. When do you become obliged somebody? When you have received something from them. When you owe them, very good. Excellent. When you are bound with something, correct? No, you're getting the point, right? So our Shastras, right in the time of birth, are making you obliged to some people, some things. Madhu and Harish, are you understanding? Right from the time you are born, we are indebted to certain things. What are they? Write down. We are indebted to our parents because parents have given us birth. One. We are indebted. Now, many ranams are there, not only 3. Pancharanam is there. Panchamahayajna is there. Okay. We are indebted to our rishis because they gave us the Shastras. We are indebted to our Vedas, way of life, which is teaching us how to live, what to know. We are indebted to rishis. We are indebted to our parents. We are indebted to devas, devatas, Atmanathan. Without devatas, nothing can happen. Write down the Subhashita for the day. Raja Sagar, if you are there, I know I'm not seeing in the camera. Daya, our AVP. You're not. You should print the text. I'm waiting for you to print the 3rd chapter and first chapter text. You're not printed it. Once you print, I'll go to the text. Our class notes. Ashish Parikh. Please take time out and print the book. Okay. Write down this particular wonderful Subhashita. Daivadhinam jagat sarvam mantradhinam tu daivatam tan mantram brahmanadhinam brahmano mama daivatam. Raja Sagar. You know who is saying this particular shloka? Krishna Paramatma is saying, doing Rajasuya Yagam and washing the feet of Brahmanas. In doing Yagam, first you have to wash the feet of Brahmanas. We don't do anything. We are busy with our own life. What does the shloka say? Sundar sir, Daivadhinam Jagat Sarvam. The entire world is controlled by Devatas. You need the grace of Indra, Varuna, Agni, Vayu, Mitra, everybody. Chetan Sharma. Unless grace of God is there, rain won't come. Okay, so unless sun shines, sun also should come, rain also should come. Then only crops will grow. Daiva adhinam jagat sarvam. The entire world is controlled with devatas. So you are indebted to devatas. Then other things we will talk about later. Na mantra adhinam to devatam. That means what? Devatas are controlled by mantras. Mantras are controlled by brahmanas. So brahmana mama devatam. So brahmanas are called devatas. Sri Krishna Paramatma worships brahmanas like that. Okay. Coming to the point. So you are obligated to what? The Vedas. It is the rishis. Then what? You are obligated to the devatas. You are obligated to your parents. You are obligated to other fellow human beings without whom you cannot live. And you are obligated to even the animals from whom you get milk and other things. Correct? You are obligated to all these people until you are settling the debt. Obligation, you got a debt. Unless you settle the debt properly, debt kadayade. Debt, Venkataraman sir, channel konra, DEBT, be silent, right? Unless you give back the debt, you will not become indebted. You will be always debted, and that debt will be a bandham. And that's why during karma yoga, we are advised by shastras to practice Panchamaha Yajnam. Write down. Panchamaha Yajnam is meant to compensate or get rid of the debt that you have incurred right from breath, right from the birth. When the breath comes, right from the time your breath comes, you are born, you are indebted. So write down the 5 Panchamaha Yajna. Brahma Yajnam, Daiva Yajnam, or Brahma Yajnam. Actually start with Pitri Yajnam. Brahma Yajnam, Pitri Yajnam, Daiva Yajnam, Manusha Yajnam, Huta Yajnam. All these things you do. Details in some other class. In our class, when we do the Saturday, Sunday morning class, all connected with our daily lifestyle discipline, I'll take that. What all you should do daily. No, Nishta will talk there. Okay. So niyatam means what? You are obligated to perform actions. And by doing karma only, you can settle your debt. So Bhagavan is saying, have the bhavana, the attitude that you are obligated to do karma. And once your mindset is, I'm obligated, you will do that. Yes or no? Suppose Arvind Balasubramanian, you have not taken any debt. Suppose you have taken loan from somebody. If you are a dharmishta, you can take loan and run away also. If you are a dharmishta, you want to repay the debt. So you'll work hard to repay the debt. Similarly, you have taken a debt from all these 5 great things. So you have to work to repay the debt. It's called obligatory action. And where is this told, sir? You are only creating all these obligatory actions and all those things. The obligatory actions are told in the Vedas. Please understand. Who is telling me I'm indebted to all these 5 things? Do I know myself? Vedas are saying that you are indebted to all these 5 entities. Vedas are defining how you should perform actions to settle all this debt. And who is the master of Vedas? Who is master of Vedas? Ishvara is the master of Vedas. Vedo, Shiva, Shivo, Vedaha. Vedadhyayi sada Shivaha. So, yasya nishvasitam Vedaha. So, whose breath is the Vedas? Ishvara's breath is the Vedas. So it is like a king. Now you understand the concept. Bhagavan is like the king of the entire universe. And he has defined a particular lifestyle with obligatory duties for all the people. This is Bhagavan's kingdom. Is Bhagavan's rule, Bhagavan's constitution, Bhagavan's rules and regulation that you have to perform obligatory duties. And so when you do your obligatory duties, niyatam karma, you are actually performing actions as per direction of Bhagavan. Understand now clearly? Your daily nitya karma, naimitya karma, all those things are being done because Bhagavan has asked you to do. Now you can say, sir, I have not seen Bhagavan, sir. So I will listen to what he's saying. Then you face the music. The world will teach you lessons. Correct? Huh? World is called a Vishwa Mahaguru. Vishwa means world. Maha means great. Guru means teacher. The world is the biggest teacher. If you don't go to a proper teacher and learn how to live properly, the Vishwa Mahaguru will teach you in a way where you will get things that are unexpected. You will get disaster in the world and start questioning, why this happened to me? Because you didn't go to a guru and learn properly. And the guru is going to tell only what Shastras are saying. Shastras are saying what Bhagavan is saying. So tradition, Sampradayam, Vedam is very important. Please understand. Don't take to Avaidika Margam. Don't go to Sampradaya Margam. Don't go to people who invent new things. You will be in disaster. It's like a Pied Piper. They will lead you, on the story. Pied Piper, Arvind, Pied Piper story. You know, you should know the story. Fellow led all, said, I'll take all the rats out, but people didn't pay him money. So one day he blew the flute and he looked at all the children and took them away to a valley. You know that? No, you're not understanding all this. Nah, we know so they will, they wanted to drive rats out, but he didn't. Family. Correct, we know. Very good. So there are Pied Pipers who will take you down the netherworld. So be careful. Follow Sampradaya. So Bhagavan is saying, perform the obligatory actions, niyatam karma, because first of all, action is superior to inaction. If you are inactive and sitting in one place without doing action, what will happen? You are sitting in one place, eating food, junk food, no, pizza. What is that? I don't even remember those names. All those things you get, no. In actually US, you have a Coca-Cola, Coke in one hand, the burger, the burger, pizza, you have keep on eating. What will happen? Sitting in one place without doing any action, only keep on growing, right? Our mind also will get, lazy means the mind will get retarded, and also physically you will become ineffective. So Bhagavan is saying you have to act. So when you're forced to act as per our obligatory duties, as per Bhagavan's Ajna, you better act correctly according to that. Instead of going and doing some other karma, do the karma that you're obligated to do. And so when you do that, not only are you getting punyam because you're following dharma, you're also able to maintain your body. Bhagavan is saying, perform action and let that action be obligatory actions, with not your Vaidika karma, which is told. I will explain all those things. That's what I'm going to explain in the weekend classes. What are the daily actions you need to do so that you satisfy this condition of obligatory actions? And once you do that, first of all, action becomes superior to inaction. So your laziness will go, your overweight will go, all that problem will go, BP, all those things will go away. Cholesterol, they say, if cholesterol, then a doctor says you have to be in action. Go for a jog, all the things. So be in action, but let the action also have a fair portion of your obligatory actions. Nitya karma, Naimitya karma, all those things. Bhagavan is giving practical example. Even maintenance of the body is impossible without you being in action. Yes or no? It's not a very practical statement. Is Bhagavan not practical, Ashish Parik? Will any doctor say that you be sitting in one place, you will become healthy? Even if you're trying to reduce the food, action is required, exercise is required, jogging is required, cycling is required. So in our post, in Sandhyavandhanam, we do properly. Enna Bharatji, Suprabhatam, nice to see you. If you follow all the postures of Sandhyavandhanam, yoga is included in that. You sit down like this and do Achamanam. How many of us can do that today? You know, there's a posture for sitting down, just on the 2 feet. You should sit down on the crowd stance. You've seen Mahapariva's photograph, in the age of 100. He'll be sitting like that. I do. Arun Dandapani, Dandamar, very good. That is a yoga posture. You don't need to go to yoga course. Do Sandhyavandanam, Achamanam properly sitting like that. Will give you, practice that. What I'm trying to say is that when I come to that, I'll explain Sandhyavandanam course. Sandhyavandanam is a mixture of karma, bhakti, jnana, yoga, everything is there. That's one more. Mahaprabhu used to say that. Please understand. So, practice action properly. Let that action be niyatam karma, obligatory duties. While you are doing laukika karma, I told you, no, for earning money, position, wealth, health, prestige, my own esteem, self-esteem. I want status. I want this car. I want that bungalow. Do whatever your mind settles on, you do. Esteem karna pannanga. Correct, Bharatji? Maruti model called esteem. So if you hold that, it will be esteem. You will have self-esteem. Self-esteem does not come by owning things. Self-esteem comes from knowledge, from your mind. If you can respect yourself, everybody will respect. If you don't respect yourself, nobody will respect you. Please understand that. So be clear that we have to follow, and this is there for all the varnas. So don't think that only this varna has got some Vedic karma. Every varna has got all. Bhagavan is going to later say, Chaturvarnim, everything is going to say. Please understand, the Vaidika Dharma is meant for everybody. Is it clear now? So what is the net of this sloka? Perform your obligatory actions because action is superior to inaction. And Bhagavan is giving practical example. Even for maintenance of the body, It's not possible. It would be impossible without action. If you don't do action, if you be in inaction, your body maintenance will be a problem. Clear, no? Shivani, now let's look at the Padvi Bhaganmaya. Niyatam, Kuru, Karma, Tvam, Karma. All those things are only no Visarga. Karma. Jyayaha. Karma, Jyayaha. Hi akarmanaha. Clear? Sharira yatra api cha te na prasidhyet akarmanaha. Clear? Now Anmaya. If you don't catch in Padava, catch in Anmaya. Okay. Tvam kuru niyatam karma. Now if you study like so nice, you can understand beautifully. Tvam kuru niyatam karma. He karma jyayaha. Where is the word jyayaha came? Jyayaha came. Can you remember quickly? Anybody? Studious students? Jyayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshav. How to study Gita now, you see? Arjuna's intelligence is jyayasi chet karmanaste. Bhagavan jyayaha. Answer is coming here. Which is greater? Ji Buri connect that first sloka with this. Karma jyayaha akarmanaha api cha sharira yatra na prasidhyet te akarmanaha. Anvaya andurta? Clear? Very good. Very good. We will bring out a book separately. Anvaya is also required. Who is required can then download that book. Those who don't want, need not download the book. It's all choice. Nimmadi ungal choice. Okay, now what is the meaning? Tvam kuru. Perform. Bhagavan is directing. You perform. And who is Arjuna? We are all Arjunas. Chetan Sharma. You should imagine that Bhagavan is telling us through Bhagavad Gita. He cannot come down in front of us and tell. Through Gita, Bhagavan is telling, Tvam kuru. You better perform. They say, better be careful, right? Like better perform what? Niyatam karma. The obligatory duties, obligatory actions. And what are the obligatory actions? Panchamaha yajnam. One day I'll explain more detail. Obligatory actions. And what is the bhavana here? I told you what is the bhavana, because attitude is important. What is the bhavana? It is Raja Agnya. Agnya means what? The order of the king. If king gives order, you better follow, right? Constitution is saying something, you follow that better. That's what will happen. Constitutional authorities will take you to a place where you don't want to be. So Bhagavan is saying, I am giving you a wonderful rule book, you follow that. If you don't follow that, you will land up in another place again. And what is that another place again? Another place will be Punarjanma. You are not putting in place the steps to get rid of Janma. If you don't follow my instructions, slowly move step by step from action to inaction and jnanam, what is the punishment you will get? What is the punishment? Go back to the earth and start again. And what is starting again? You start from nursery class. Shweta madam, please understand. Even though you have by hearted Bhagavad Gita in this Janma, next Janma also you have to go and study Gita. Maybe you'll quickly by heart. Lakshmi B madam, correct? If you're bad at this Janma, the Purvajana Samskara will come and like other people struggle. But we will by heart quickly. But that doesn't give us moksham. We have to get jnanam, Ken Purnida. So Bhagavan is saying, so indirectly Bhagavan is saying, I have the Agnya Bhavana, order, kingdom. This is the kingdom of God. Bhagavan has told, follow this, so we have to follow. Niyatam karma. Obligatory actions as told in Vedas. Ishvara is the king who has made these rules and regulations. And so write down Smriti Vakyam. Dharma Shastras talk about two things. Write down. Akarane pratyavayam, karane abhyudayam. I am giving all Dharma Shastra, everything packed into Bhagavad Gita. Akarane pratyavayam means what? If you don't perform what you are supposed to do, if you don't do your obligatory duties, you will incur sin called pratyavaya dosham. So you can incur sin in two ways, Ashish Parik. You can incur sin by doing a sin. You can incur sin by not doing what you're supposed to do. Shastram is very complicated. That's why you should go to a guru and learn. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. The depth what Dharma is saying, difficult to fathom. We cannot fathom easily. Go to guru. Keep repeating n number of times. There's nobody greater than guru in our life. Let me tell you. Naguror adhikam tattvam. Naguror adhikam tapaha. Tattvajnanat param nasti. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Say, Guru is the highest. Guru is even greater than Bhagavan. Let me tell you, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. So, with that reverence to Guru, learn the Shastras. So, Akarane Pratyavayam. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, your Nitya Karma, you incur sin. So, if you go to our Matam, Periva will say, Sandhyavandhanam Panneha. Ne. Bharatji, correct? Ne. Pandra Mari Irunda Kepa. Pandlana, at least Veshti Katikon Solo. At least fight to wear dhoti first. In our Madam Beauty things, you go with a pant, you will be gifted the dhoti so that you at least start somewhere the karma. You should see that. Very nice things you can see when you go to our Matam. Right? So, niyatam karma, obligatory actions you should do with the thought that Agnya, it is the order of Bhagavan. I will not disobey Bhagavan. That is the attitude for karma yoga here. Next, it may be slightly, I'm having fear for Bhagavan, so be it. Sometimes you can think I'm having a fear. Sometimes you can say I'm having respect for Bhagavan. I'm doing it. Then so Bhagavan says, Tvam kuru niyatam karma. You perform the obligatory actions. He. Because. He means what? He means here because. Or for. F or for. Karma jyayaha. Karma means action. Jyayaha means superior. So which is greater? Karma is superior, action is superior, akarmanaha to inaction. So how nice, if you see Padavivaga Anvaya, if you do, how nicely you can study Gita, na? Bharati madam, Puriradaliya. Karma jyayaha akarmanaha. In at least this point, there should be 100% agreement. Yes or no, Murali? And Ravindranath, correct? Action is better than inaction or not? Some action you should give. Rangarajan doctor. Correct. What do you tell your patients? At least do some activity. Go for a walk. You say no. So action is better, superior to inaction. Then this is the main message. Then Bhagavan gives practical tips and tools for life. Apicha sharira yatra. Beautiful word. I will take 5 minutes more as usual. Sharira yatra means the shariram is going through a journey. Yes or no? And in the process, you have to maintain this body. You maintain the vehicle properly, it will reach the destination. Otherwise, in between, what will happen? It will break down. Which, correct? If you don't maintain a vehicle, break down, right? The body is a vehicle given for you to get moksham, jnanam. Please understand. So Bhagavan is saying, Apicha sharira yatra, even the maintenance of this body, journey of this body, na prasidhyet, would not be possible. Na prasidhyet would not be possible. Te, for you, Bhagavan is telling us directly, hello, my dear, for you, even for the maintenance of the body, correctly to maintain the body, it would not be possible for you. Te akarmanaha, by being inactive. So, apita sharira yatra, even the maintenance of the body, na prasidhyet, would not be possible. Te, for you, akarmanaha, by inaction or from inaction. Clear, huh? What Bhagavan is saying. So, niyatam kuru karmatvam, karma jyayaha hi akarmanaha. My dear Arjuna, perform action because action is superior to inaction. By being inactive, even maintenance of the body. Now, Venkat Ramnath, correct? First thing you have to maintain body, right? Then only mind will be in order. That is why in our website we have put dependent happiness, independent happiness. And the first step for dependent happiness, physical health. Please go and visit it again. That 16 principles should be embedded in the mind. 16 plus 16. 16 steps for dependent happiness. 16 for independent happiness. What? Karma yogena yoginam, jnana yogena sankhyanam, picturized beautifully for you. We'll develop further into a lot of videos. Hopefully, we will get all the support to do that. So with that in mind, what is the takeaway? Can any of you say clearly, 2-3 people? Action is superior to inaction. And when you are doing action, definitely do the obligatory action as advised by Bhagavan through the Vedas. Bhagavan will not come and speak like this. He will not give lecture. Bhagavan will speak through Vedas and tell you that you do the actions according to what? Nitya karma. What are the karmas? Write down. Nitya karma, naimittika karma, what? Kamya karma, prayaschitta karma, and pratisiddha karma. Pratisiddha karma is what you should not do. Nah. You understanding, no? In chemical terms, pratisiddha karma is, see, all the 4 you're supposed to do. Nitya karma, naimiti karma, kamya karma, and prayaschitta karma is supposed to do depending on conditions. Pratisiddha, can I do pratisiddha karma? What pratisiddha karma should I do? AVP, you don't go and ask your guru. What? You know what is pratisiddha karma? Surapanam is pratisiddham. That means what? Alcohol is prohibited. Vedas say, Veda mantra is there. Not that. So don't say, can I practice pratisiddha karma? Then you are in trouble. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Pratisiddha means what you are dissuaded from doing, what you are not supposed to do. So the Dharma Shastra says what you are supposed to do, it also will say what you are not supposed to do. Because if you leave that area empty without properly addressing, you may go and do it. Because Vedas did not say whether I should do or not do, I will do that. People are, Brihaspati is there. Vedas didn't address whether I can take alcohol or not. So I'll go and consume. Vedas says pratishiddham. A lot of things are told. What is pratishiddham? One example, prescribe to do what you're not supposed to do. So the 4 are nitya karma, daily duties. Naimittika means incidental. Incidental means certain things happen. Suppose a child is born, you're getting married, upanayana samskaram, and even garbhadhan, everything samskara, 40 samskaras are naimiti karma. Kamya karma, sir, I want lot of pleasure, sir, I want health, wealth, position, family. No? Popular kamya karma, you all know that. Putra kameshti yagam, that Dasharatha did kamya karma. Okay, then what? Prayaschitta karma, I've done great sin, I want to get prayaschittam. All rules are prescribed. How to get rid of your papa karma? Then pratisiddha karma, what is not supposed to do, that is all niyatam karma. Clear, no? If you hit double click, no, Shastras, Ashish Parekh, will expand into hundreds and hundreds of pages. Any word, the niyatam karma is enough to give you another 10 hours. We don't have time. We have to proceed to next sloka. So I'll stop here. Please understand niyatam karma. Whether you earn money or whether you go and earn 100 lakhs or 1 crore or 10 crores, if you don't do niyatam karma, you may earn billions of dollars, but it will bind you and come back again in the next janma. If you want to get rid, start niyatam karma today and now. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsate. Krishna 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 Shubhamasta Samasta San Mangalani Bhukti. So talking about no Nitya Karma and all those things. September 10th is what? Vishwarupa Yatra, completion of Chaturmasyam. So whoever has still not given your donations during this auspicious period, please donate. Adhika Punyam, 1,000 times more Punyam you will get when you donate during these auspicious periods, like Navaratri, like this Chaturmasyam. And after that begins the important karma for all people who are eligible to do Pitr Karma. I'm telling you now itself. So whoever don't have a father, Mahalaya Paksham, Pitr Paksham is starting. Very, very important. Don't skip all the Tarpanadigal that you're supposed to do during the, who are eligible only, not for everybody. No skipping. That cannot be skipped. If you do that, Punyam. Don't do that. Please understand. This is what Shastras are saying. And we'll stop it. Om Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta San Mangalani Bhukti. Hari Om Tat Sat Narayana.